Maine with everybody calling in. These will all go. They will all sell out brand new. I would not hesitate. I would not wait. Also, if you are a collector of J. King's jewelry with Mine Finds, we'd love to hear from you. 1-866-376-8255. Now is the time. Jay, we're going to talk about the amber pieces. This is almost an ombre effect.
You know, it's almost an ombre effect. You know how hard it is? Okay, now this is a Mondo cabochon of amber.
You say Mondo.
Okay, this is Mondo. Okay, these are also, you can tell things that J. King designs. Okay.
But I like it.
It's not really hard to, you know, it's really, there's a standing joke around our office, you know, like there's no mystery on what I design and what other people design, really. I mean, I definitely,
wow.
you know, I'm just weird. I just like big stuff.
But you know
okay?
what? It makes a statement.
Like
it's a focal point.
Right.
It's a conversation piece. Look at the richness, the warmth, the organic kind of feel that you get with amber. And Jay, when you talk about sourcing amber and you talk about the difficulty of getting the amber, this is our today special, obviously, to have the ring and to have the cuff were saved just for this hour.
Right.
Already 100 of these have already been spoken for.
Nobody's even seeing this. You're getting the first shot at
Not even
out
at
of the box.
midnight. So this is a treat. Let's talk about the difficulty in sourcing and getting top quality amber.
Okay. I just want to show you. Maybe you can show that up against the thing.
Sure.
You're much better at that than I am. I'm not a professional like you are.
That's debatable. That's debatable. Okay, let's talk. Look at that, though.
Okay, so this is how the amber comes naturally. Now, this is out of my collection, of course, so I've just taken the nuggets, and all I did is just, polished up the rest. This is the natural amber. That's natural amber. That's how it comes. Here's the thing. I have a source on amber. It's in the Baltic region, and they get it out of the Baltic Sea. Now, back in the day, they don't mine this per se. They collect it. How they used to get this Baltic amber is that, you know, when they would have these huge storms and, you know, the ocean bed would, seabed would be turbulated. In the morning, they had people that were beachcombers, and they would go along the beach and collect it. Fishermen would, as they were laying out their nets and stuff, and they were fishing, they would find it floating in the seaweed, because this is, if you drop this in salt water, it will float to the top. Okay.
Oh, really?
Yes, absolutely. If we took a glass of salt water right now and you dump this in, it would float to the top. So what they would do is they would collect it. They had a big strike in this region back in the 70s when they were digging a channel. And as they were digging a channel, amber was coming up.
Oh my gosh.
Now, that's all gone. That is all completely gone. How we get this now is they have divers, okay? And I've been diving since I was in my teens, okay? I'm now certified. I'm PADI certified. I'm nitrox certified. I can't go really deep now because of my ears, but I understand these divers. And these kids that go dive for this stuff, they're diving at 50 meters, 100 meters, and they're